Have you ever felt that invisible wall holding you back? That knot in your stomach when you want to speak up, but the words just won't come out? That's fear, and it's often accompanied by its close cousin, shyness. These two can be a powerful duo, keeping us locked in a cage of our own making, preventing us from ever reaching our true, incredible potential. I've been there, and I know how frustrating it is to watch opportunities slip by, all because of a voice in your head whispering, "You're not good enough." This lack of self-confidence isn't something you're born with. It's often built, brick by brick, from a young age. Maybe it was a critical comment from a teacher, being laughed at by classmates, or just the constant comparison to others. These experiences can leave deep scars, creating a cycle of fear. You're afraid of failing, so you don't try. And because you don't try, you feel like a failure, which only deepens the fear. It's a vicious loop that can lead to a sense of despair, making you feel stuck and powerless. You start to believe that this is just who you are, but I'm here to tell you, it's not. It's a pattern, and patterns can be broken. The real turning point, the moment your life truly begins to change, is when you decide to face those fears head on. It's not about becoming fearless overnight. It's about taking action despite the fear. I remember a story about a young artist who was terrified of showing her work to anyone. Her canvases were filled with beautiful paintings, but they were hidden away in her studio, collecting dust. She dreamed of having her own exhibition, but the fear of criticism paralyzed her. Every time she thought about approaching a gallery, her heart would race, and her mind would be flooded with what-ifs. What if they hate it? What if they tell me I have no talent? One day, she realized that her fear of rejection was actually a greater prison than the rejection itself. At least with rejection, she would know the uncertainty was eating her alive. So, she made a small, terrifying decision. She would show just one painting to one persona-trusted friend. Her hands were shaking as she unveiled the canvas. Her friend looked at it, was silent for a moment, and then his face broke into a huge smile. He was blown away. That single moment of positive feedback didn't magically erase all her fears, but it planted a seed of confidence. This is the key to building self-confidence. You have to actively, intentionally step out of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Start with small, manageable steps. If you're shy, maybe your first step is just making eye contact and smiling at the barista when you get your coffee. The next day, you might say thank you. Have a good day. The day after, you could ask them how their day is going. Each small action is a victory. It's a piece of evidence you present to your brain that says, "See? I did it. It wasn't so bad. I survived." Think of it like building a muscle. You don't walk into a gym for the first time and try to lift the heaviest weight. You start small, and with consistency, you get stronger. Every time you face a small fear, you're doing a rep for your confidence muscle. Over time, what once felt impossibly heavy becomes your new warm-up. That's how growth happens. It's a gradual process of stretching your boundaries, one small step at a time. The goal isn't to eliminate the comfort zone, but to continuously expand it. It's also crucial to understand how our self-perception radiates outward. How you present yourself drastically affects how other people see you. When you walk into a room hunched over, avoiding eye contact, and speaking in a whisper, you're non-verbally communicating a lack of belief in yourself. People subconsciously pick up on these cues. They might not consciously think, "This person isn't confident," but they may be less likely to engage with you, to listen to your ideas, or to trust you with responsibility. Now, imagine walking into that same room standing tall, with your shoulders back, making friendly eye contact, and speaking with a clear, steady voice. Even if you're shaken on the inside, your external presentation tells a different story. It says, "I'm here. I have value. I'm worth listening to." This isn't about being arrogant or loud. It's about occupying your space with quiet self. When you start to project confidence, you'll be amazed at how differently people respond to you. They'll treat you with more respect. They'll be more interested in what you have to say. And they'll see you as a leader, as someone who is capable. This external validation then feeds back into your internal self-belief, creating a powerful, positive, upward spiral. One of the biggest misconceptions about confidence is that strong people are fearless. That's completely false. True strength doesn't come from an absence of fear. It comes from feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Courage is not being unafraid. It's being terrified but saddling up anyway. Every successful person you admire has felt fear. They've felt doubt. They've heard that negative voice in their head. The difference is, they didn't let that voice have the final say. They acknowledged the fear, and then they took action. Believing in yourself is the foundation of it all. It's an internal job. You could have the whole world cheering for you. But if you don't believe in yourself, their applause will sound hollow. Conversely, you could have everyone doubting you. But if you have an unshakable belief in your own abilities and your own worth, their skepticism won't be able to touch you. This self-belief is your armor. It is what protects you from the inevitable setbacks and criticisms you'll face on any journey worth taking. So how do we cultivate this belief? It starts with changing your inner dialogue. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Are you your own worst critic or your own biggest cheerleader? When you make a mistake, do you beat yourself up, saying, "I'm so stupid"? Or do you say, "Okay, that didn't work. What can I learn from this? How can I do better next time?" Treat yourself with the same compassion and encouragement you would offer a good friend. Celebrate your small wins. Forgive your mistakes. Remind yourself of your strengths and past successes. Your inner world creates your outer world. Remember, self-confidence is not some magical trait that you're either born with or you're not. Nobody comes out of the womb brimming with unshakable self-assurance. It is a skill. And like any skill, it is built over time through conscious effort, courage, and persistence. It's forged in the fires of facing your fears, big and small, day after day. It's the cumulative result of every time you chose to step forward instead of shrinking back. Think back to a time you learned something new, whether it was riding a bike, learning an instrument, or speaking a new language. At first, it was awkward and difficult. You probably fell, hit the wrong notes, or mispronounced words. You felt clumsy and incompetent, but you kept practicing. You were persistent, and slowly but surely, it got easier. Your confidence grew with your competence. Overcoming fear and building self-confidence works in exactly the same way. It's a journey, not a destination. The path to transforming your life starts with a single decision. The decision to stop letting fear call the shots. It's the choice to believe, even just a little bit, that you are capable of more. By confronting your fears, stepping out of your comfort zone, and consistently taking action, you will not only build unshakable self-confidence, but you'll also unlock the incredible potential that has been lying dormant within you all along. You will transform your relationships, your career, and most importantly, your relationship with yourself. You will move from a life of what if to a life of idea, and that is the greatest success of all. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on personal growth and self. I'd love to hear about your own journey in the comments below. Let's support each other. Until next time, keep taking those small steps forward.